Good afternoon. This is Pastor Laura, and I am preparing here on Wednesday for you all to have some readings to listen to tomorrow on Thursday. So I have some poems for you from a book that was shared with me, and they are poems from Fred Rogers, who many of us know as Mr. Rogers. So we're just going to read a series of those today as part of our time together. All right, let's read those. Before we begin, I want to show you the book and how it would look if you chose to get this book for yourself. I want to give some honor to the illustrator, who is Luke Flowers. And again, everything in here is written by Fred Rogers, also known as Mr. Rogers. Our first one is be the best of whatever you are. If you can't be a pine on the top of a hill, be a shrub in the valley, but be the best little shrub by the side of the rill. If you can't be a woods, be a tree. If you can't be a highway, then just be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. It isn't by size that you win or fail. Be the best of whatever you are. Be the best of whatever you are. That poem reminds us that God created us good and hopes that we will be all that we were created to be. All right, our next video, or our next poem, is Children Can, and it has 2 pages with pictures here. Who can crawl under a table? Who can sit under a chair? Who can fit their feet in little shoes and sleep most anywhere? Who can play very much longer, play much harder than grown-ups ever dare? You're a child, so you can do it. You can do it anywhere. Who can wake up every morning and be ready right away? Who can notice all the tiny things that other people say? Who can make the things they play with something different for every single day? You're a child and you can do it. You can do it anyway. Then we move over here. Roll in the grass, squish in the mud, lick an ice cream cone, sing to a bass, splash in a flood, by a stepping stone all alone. Who can put your hand in my hand and be ready to feel all safe and strong? You're a child and you can do it. Children do it all life long. All right, our next one, I want to show you all of the pictures before I get reading. So you can see this is a group of elephants. So let's read together. We are elephants. You can tell at once we are elephants. We are elephants big and strong. From the backs and fronts, we are elephants. We're elephants all day long. From the tip of the tusk to the knee, we are elephantinous as can be. From the trunks to our tails, you can see we're a ponderous, prosperous, pompous, preposterous pachyderm family of 3. Oh, almost dropped my phone. You can smell at once we are elephants. We are elephants come what may. And we yell at once, we are elephants, and it's elephants we will stay. Sometimes I wish we as Christians were as easily spotted that that's what we are, and that we were able to be clear and people were able to see. We are Christians. We are those who follow Jesus. All right, and here's another fun animal poem. Walking Giraffe. I love to take my giraffe for walks. He's taller than anyone else I know. You're welcome to talk with my tall giraffe. He's kind from his head to his toe. So step up and speak to my pet giraffe. He'll talk to us down here below. Here's a poem called Parents Were Little Once Too. Grandpas and grandmas were little ones too, and so were pastors and all those people and teachers. Little ones once too. It's great for me to remember as I put away my toys that mothers were all little girls one time and fathers were all little boys. My daddy seems so big right now. He must have grown a lot. Imagine how he felt one day when he was just a tot. My mother's not as big as Dad, but bigger than my sister. I wonder if she ever had a little fever blister. It's great for me to remember as I put away my toys that mothers were all little girls one time and fathers were all little boys. This one has such a lovely picture, and it's good to look at it because reading this poem is on the other page. So I think I might read to you and keep it on the page. There are many ways to say I love you. There are many ways to say I care about you. Many ways, many ways, many ways to say I love you. There's the cooking way to say I love you. There's the cooking something someone really likes to eat. The cooking way, the cooking way, the cooking way to say I love you. There's the eating way to say I love you. There's the eating something someone made especially. The eating way, the eating way, the eating way to say I love you. Cleaning up a room can say I love you. Hanging up a coat before you're asked to. Drawing special pictures for the holidays and making plays. There are many ways to say I love you just by being there when things are sad and scary. Just by being there, being there, being there to say I love you. You'll find many ways to say I love you. You'll find many ways to understand what love is. Many ways, many ways, many ways to say I love you. Cooking, eating, cleaning, drawing, playing, being, understanding, love you. Here's one that reminds us that it's okay to need the assurance we need, and that doesn't make us weak. And it goes like this. Please don't think it's funny. Sometimes you feel like holding your pillow all night long. Sometimes you hug your teddy bear tightly. He's old, but he's still strong. And sometimes you want to snuggle up closely with your own mom and dad. At night you even need the light sometimes, but that's not bad. Please don't think it's funny when you need an extra kiss. There are lots and lots of people who sometimes feel like this. Please don't think it's funny when you want the ones you miss. There are lots and lots of people who sometimes feel like this. It's great to know you're growing up bigger every day, and somehow things you like to remember are often put away. Sometimes you wonder over and over if you should stay inside when you enjoy a younger toy you never need to hide. In the long, long trip of growing, there are steps along the way for thoughts of all the soft things and a look at yesterday. For a chance to fill our feelings with comfort and with ease, and then tell the new tomorrow, you can come now when you please. So please don't think it's funny when you want an extra kiss. There are lots and lots of people who sometimes feel like this. Please don't think it's funny when you want the ones you miss. There are lots and lots of people who sometimes feel like this. These are especially the ways we feel when things get uncertain and we might feel like we are a grown-up kid with so much else going on and we don't want to remember all those littler kid things. But sometimes when life is hard or a great-grandma dies or an aunt or an uncle is sick or even mom or dad are struggling, we sometimes need those extra assurances that things will be okay. So I like that poem that way. Here's a poem called Things Are Different. You never know the story by the cover of the book. You can't tell what a dinner's like by simply looking at the cook. It's something everybody needs to know way down deep inside, that things are often different than the way they look. When I put on a costume to play a fancy part, that costume changes just my looks. It doesn't change my heart. You cannot know what someone's thinking by the picture you just took, 'cause things are often different from the way they look. Sometimes adults need to remember that when they are trying to make sense of the world around us and the people that we meet. All right, here's the next one. And this is one I've been thinking about when we come together in this new way of keeping each other safe. We're putting masks on our faces, and they can cover up our smiles. I like this girl here because she's showing she's smiling with her eyes, and we're going to have to work at that so we can show others that we are smiling. So let me read the poem, Smile in Your Pocket. There's a smile in your pocket. There's a smile up your sleeve. There's a smile in your pocket, and it isn't make-believe. There's a smile in your pocket. There's a smile in your shoe. There's a smile in your pocket without anything to do. Now, a pocket is handy for candy and dandy for string. A pocket is nifty for folks who are thrifty with wrappers and rings, all sorts of things. But a smile in your pocket feels a bit out of place, 'cause a smile in your pocket wants to be on your face. This poem is called You Are You. And I really like the poem, but I don't like it. It has no pictures for you to look at while I read. So maybe close your eyes and sit back and listen. I eat, and you do too. You sleep, and I do too. I wake up, and you do too. So we too do so much the same. But I'm Mr. Rogers, and you have your name. You are you, and I am I, and we will always be quite different to people who know us well, 'cause they're the ones who like us to be different. You are you, and I am I, and we will never be exactly like anybody else, 'cause everybody else is different. Different, different, we are different. Isn't it great to be different? You and I, and he and she, and isn't it great to be you and I? And we will always be quite different to people who know us well, 'cause they're the ones who like us. They really want us. They're the ones who like us to be different. I like this poem because it reminds us that to appreciate the differences of others, we have to take the time to know each other well. And that is a gift as we grow older, to take the time to get to know and to know each other and love their differences. All right, now we continue with the poem, I Love to Shine. And so many lovely shiny fireflies in this couple pages. I love to shine, I love to shine. I love to let what's in me shine outside. I love to shine, I love to shine. I love to let what's in me shine outside. The world needs all the light that we can muster, each moon and star and comet in the sky. We add to all the world our special luster, so shine on, friends, and never question why. We love to shine, we love to shine, we love to let what's in us shine outside. We love to let what's in us shine outside. So we pray and we hope that the light that God has given us shows outside. And we pray and hope that for everyone in our world, they are taken care of so their light can shine.